Cristiano Ronaldo, the boy who refused to stop. Doctors said his heart could fail. Critics said he was too skinny. But the boy from a small island rewrote football history. This is not just Cristiano Ronaldo's story. This is the story of what happens when you refuse to stop. February 5th, 1985. Madeira, Portugal. An island surrounded by the Atlantic, famous for its wine, its beaches, not for footballers. In a small, cramped home lived the Aveiro family. His father, Jose, worked as a kit man at the local club. His mother, Maria, worked as a cook and a cleaner. Money was short. Sometimes meals were simple bread and tea. But for young Cristiano, there was only one thing that mattered: the ball. The streets were his playground. The walls, his teammates. He would skip homework, skip meals, skip everything, except training. He kicked until his feet blistered and then kicked some more. People began to notice. The boy was different, faster, hungrier, relentless. At just 12 years old, he made a decision most kids could never imagine. Leave home, leave family, leave comfort, for a dream. Lisbon's sporting academy was 600 miles away, and it might as well have been another planet. He arrived skinny, shy, speaking with a thick Madeira accent. Some laughed at him, some bullied him, but when the ball was at his feet, the teasing stopped. He trained harder than anyone, first to arrive, last to leave. Then came the nightmare, a racing heart, so fast, doctors warned he could collapse on the pitch. Surgery was the only option. For most, it would have been the end. For Cristiano, it was a pause, a short one. Within weeks, he was back on the field, faster, stronger, hungrier. 2003, a friendly match between Sporting Lisbon and Manchester United. The Red Devils lost the game, but they found their next superstar. Sir Alex Ferguson was so impressed, he signed the teenager immediately. England was different. Bigger stadiums, tougher defenders, harsher critics. But Ronaldo brought something new: step-overs, lightning pace, free kick magic. At 18, he was already a showman. But Ferguson pushed him to be more. Not just tricks, but goals, results, trophies. In 2008, everything came together. 42 goals in one season, the Champions League trophy in Moscow, and his first Ballon d'Or, awarded to the best player in the world. The boy from Madeira was now on top of it. 2009, the biggest transfer in football history. 94 million euros took him to Real Madrid, a club where legends are made. The pressure was enormous, the expectations impossible. But Ronaldo thrived under the weight. 450 goals in 438 games, 4 Champions League titles, multiple Ballon d'Ors, records broken, rebroken, then broken again. Fans filled the Santiago Bernabeu just to watch him warm up. He wasn't just scoring goals, he was rewriting the record books. In 2018, with nearly every trophy in Spain won, Ronaldo took on a new challenge: Juventus in Italy. Many thought it was the twilight of his career. Instead, he proved himself again. League titles, spectacular goals, leadership on and off the pitch, and then a return to where the legend truly began. In 2021, he was back at Manchester United. Old Trafford erupted as he stepped onto the pitch. 2 goals on his comeback game, a reminder to the world that Ronaldo was far from finished. 2023, another chapter, and perhaps his boldest yet. He signed for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Critics called it the end. But for Ronaldo, it was a beginning, to grow the game in a new region, to inspire millions of young players who had never dreamed of seeing a global icon in their home stadiums. The goals kept coming, the celebrations just as fierce as ever. Off the pitch, Ronaldo was building something even more valuable: his family. In 2016, he met Georgina Rodríguez. They built a life together, raising children, sharing both triumph and tragedy. 9 years later, on August 12, 2025, Cristiano made it official: a stunning oval diamond, worth up to $5 million. But the real treasure was her answer: "Yes, I do, in this and in all my lives." For a man who had conquered the world, this was a different kind of victory. Today, his numbers are unmatched. Over 850 career goals, 5 Ballon d'Or awards, league titles in England, Spain, and Italy, a European champion with Portugal, an icon in every corner of the globe. But numbers only tell part of the story. The real story is in the sacrifices, the lonely nights at 12 years old, the tears after defeats, the endless hours of training when no one was watching. It's in the way he turned criticism into fuel. It's in the way he carried not just the hopes of a club, but of an entire nation. From barefoot in Madeira to the grandest stages in world football. From a skinny boy told he wasn't enough to a man who proved there are no limits. Cristiano Ronaldo refused to stop when it hurt. He refused to stop when they doubted him. And he still hasn't stopped. Because Cristiano Ronaldo is more than a footballer. He is living proof that with belief, work, and sacrifice, you can turn the impossible into history. CR7. Legends don't retire. They live forever.